Hello guys, so today we're gonna give you a deck profile for Thousand Eye Spell or a Relinquish deck. So I'm gonna give you the deck list for the Twisted Nightmares format, but also I'm gonna give you the variant for the Jinzo format. So yeah, let's hop in. First off, we have the skill, Thousand Eye Spell. You can discard one card from your hand, and then you can either Ritual Summon, Relinquish, or Fusion Summon Thousand Eyes Restrict. So yeah, it's once per turn, and you must skip your battle phase. That's a weakness of the deck. Then you have 3 Relinquished. Now Relinquish, it's the main monster. You want to run 3. So we all know how it works. It takes a monster from the opponent's side of the field, equips. It also has a fact that not many people listen to, but it's that if it has an equipped monster and then you lose life points, your opponent loses the same amount as effect damage at the same time. So this card can also cause draws. But yeah, main monster. Now I run 2 Senjus to search Relinquish. Now the reason that I'm not running 3 is because this is a parasite food. You summon it, you're gonna be vulnerable to parasite. And sometimes that will cost you the game. So I only play 2 because I wanna minimize this. And I really don't worry about getting Relinquish because this deck could get Relinquish at a reasonable consistency. So yeah, also it's a small body, 14 attack. So next off we have 3 Faceless. Now the reason we have 3 Faceless, because you want to maximize the loop. And what I mean with the loop is that if Relinquish is destroyed and this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can special summon it. Also, if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, doesn't have to be destroyed, it could be tributed. Then you special summon from your graveyard a Relinquish or a Thousand Eyes Restrict. Now, this set is very possible for you to tribute, summon another, and then bring back a Jinzo from your graveyard. That's a possible play. So yeah, 3 Faceless, you want to maximize the loop. You also want to tribute one into the other sometimes. But yeah, next off we have the Jin, this series of rituals. So this card, it's good because you can discard it and then you can banish it as a tribute for the scale to summon Relinquish. And when that's used for a ritual summon, Relinquish will be unaffected by trap cards. So that's relevant for example, Nightmare Wheel. But it's also dark, and you're gonna see that we're playing Allure. And that's another reason why I only play 2 Senjus, because it's not an Allure target, it's a light. But yeah. Next off, we have 3 Sphere Cerebrals. This is very standard. You can block 1 attack from your hand. You can also use it as Tribute Fodder for the skill. It's also a dark monster and a lure target, so it's really good. This is what's gonna protect you from inner conflict or moth plays. So yeah, you need 3 Sphere Cerebrals, no brainer. Next off, we have the Spies. I want to give credit to Giant's Bane because he's the one who came up with it when the format started. So it's 2 Jesters, 1 Thousand Eyes Idol, and 2 Dark Red Enchanters. Now Jester is a small body to hit your opponent. It also has a decent defense. When it's sent from the field to the graveyard, it could be because of the skill. You tribute it for the skill. You get to search 1 idol from your deck or graveyard. So if you have idol in your hand, you discard it with the skill, no problem, because you can recycle it with Jester. So now you have a way to bring idle quickly to do the fusion for Thousand Eyes Restrict. And now if you have the loop, the faceless loop, you can bring out Thousand Eyes Restrict with the faceless loop instead of just relinquish. So it's really good. So it's also card advantage in the sense that you tribute and you get another. Also, you have Dark Red Enchanter. Now, Dark Red Enchanter is good because you can use Jester and then immediately gain an extra tribute summon and then take one card from your opponent's hand. Also, Dark Red Enchanter is useful because if you have a faceless, you can tribute summon Dark Red Enchanter, and then bring one relinquish from the graveyard. So that's really good. You can also tribute Jester and then search idle right away. So that's why Dark Red Enchanter is really good. Now this is for the format without Jinzo. But if you're playing on Dueling Book or Europe, then Dark Red Enchanter becomes Jinzo. Why Jinzo? Because one of the weaknesses for the deck are Dust Tornadoes, burn cards. So once you summon Jinzo, not only do you protect yourself from these annoying traps, especially Dust Tornado, because it destroys the relinquish equip, and then you don't want to attack ever, or you're gonna lose. So not only that, but also because you can OTK, you can tribute faceless, bring out Jinzo, bring out relinquish, take a monster, attack directly. So yeah, if you're playing in a Jinzo format, then I suggest playing 2 Jinzos instead of 2 Dark Red Enchanters. But yeah, that's my spice. Credits to Giant Spain. So it's not my spice, it's his. Anyways, 3 allures. Now I'm playing 3 because I want to maximize the amount of times that I get my combos. I want to draw the faceless loop as many times as possible. I also want to draw Jinzo. I also want to draw relinquish. So this deck needs a lot of draw power. But the draw power is a weakness because if you stall the whole game, then that means you're gonna deck yourself out. So because of that, my traps are 1 Jar of Avarice and 1 Waking the Dragon. Now here's the thing. Jar of Avarice, not only does it help you win by deck out, game 1, it also lets you recover resources like Jinzo, like relinquish. So you're gonna get cards that you want to see, but it also helps you stall because people are not prepared for stall because stall is not a great deck. So you have this option. And remember, your deck is not a stall deck. You can OTK, especially if you have Jinzo. So yeah. Now, why am I playing 1 Waking the Dragon? Here's the thing. You know my secret. You know I play through traps. I said 1. Are you gonna use Dust Tornado? Yes or no? If you don't use Dust Tornado and it was an Avarice, this card is gonna help me win the game. This card is very crucial. But if you use the Dust Tornado and it was Awakening the Dragon, then you're screwed. So these 2 being in the deck alone makes your opponent think twice. And this card can steal games. This card is a win condition. So you have 1 card that you cannot afford to lose, and you have 1 card that you want to lose. Now I just want to clear out. If you have Thousand Eyes Restrict with Waking the Dragon, you cannot use this Thousand Eyes for the Faceless loop because it wasn't Fusion summoned, was not summoned properly. So you cannot use it with this card. This cannot be special summoned from the graveyard. Alright? So now we have the side deck. First off, Sinister Serpent. Why? Because you discard, and that wastes your resources. So if you can recycle your cards back and then wait a turn before discarding it again, then you can, the discarding is not too bad. Also, if you play Twisted Personality and they discard your cards from your hand every time, then this can help you not lose the hand advantage. So yeah, this card is good for side deck, but it's not a dark. It's a water. So sometimes you might want to take out one Allure of Darkness if you're playing cards from side deck. But yeah, next off we have Golden Ladybug. Now why do we have Golden Ladybug? Because you stall. Also, if you play Burn, this is the card that will save you. But mostly because you stall. And then you can use this to gain more life points. And then if you play a mouth deck, for example, it's not easy to kill you in one turn because you don't have 4,000, now you have 5,000, 6,000. But yeah, next off, we have Jar of Avarice. Why? If your opponent saw Waking the Dragon, they might not pop your back row anymore. So now you have second Jar of Avarice. Or if you think that they will pop your back row and then you want to use another Avarice, or if you need more cards to recycle in order to deck them out, if it's a long-term game, if you go against stall, second Jar of Avarice is a no-brainer. Then we have 2 double Cyclones. It's really good because you destroy one of your relinquish equips, and then you destroy one spoil trap from your opponent. So this card is very useful, especially because since your opponent stalls against you, because they don't want to play face-up monsters, because if you suck them with relinquish, they're gonna lose. So you can at least use this to keep taking their monsters and their back row. So really good card in relinquish. Yeah. Lastly, we have Warrior Elimination. There's a lot of Warrior decks. Doesn't matter which format, Jinzo or Non-Jinzo, Warrior Conflict, Warrior Moth. And they spam monsters because they're like the best monsters to play without wasting resources. You just normal summon, then one, then another, then another. So yeah, Warrior Elimination at 1. My extra deck, Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. This should have been an Arcana, but I don't have Arcana, so Meteor Black Dragon, Real Senshi, and 3,000 Ice Restricts. The third one is somewhere here. 3,000 Ice Restricts, one of each. One Arcana, one Real Senshi, one Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. And that's your extra deck that you can summon with Waking the Dragon. So yeah, I hope you liked the video. Subscribe. Also, I'm one of the hosts of Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy. I'm gonna leave the link in the description. So join Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy if you want. So yeah, I'll see you then.